Well, hello, and welcome to our Fact Cats pint-sized BYOB pub quiz. We're going to keep things fairly simple. You can get yourself a pen and paper and keep score with your friends and just play it like it's a regular pub quiz. Or you can just skip all of that and test yourself wherever you happen to be. This is episode 1. There will be regular uploads each week, plus special bonus games and specialty rounds as well for various subjects that might be a little too geeky for general knowledge, like Scandinavian death metal. That is definitely happening. Today's game, though, is for everybody. It will consist of 3 rounds. Most of the questions will be worth 1 point each, unless otherwise specified. So give yourself 1 point for each right answer, and we'll let you know when you can score extra points, okay? I will be repeating each question at least once. I think that's helpful. And the first round is just a nice, modest helping of general knowledge, just to help you get your memory warmed up. Round 2 is kind of a wild card round. Each week it could be any number of games or puzzles or anagrams, maybe special rounds. Today's game is going to be something called Linky Loo, which is almost like a general knowledge round, but you'll also have to look for the connection that links all of your answers together. So a connection round if you played one of these pub quiz type podcasts before. And round 3 is a final general knowledge round. And then there will be one final question, one final fat fact worth 10 points. So you see, if you're playing along with your friends, it could be anybody's game right up to the end, even if someone's been dominating the field. So that last question could be a lifeline, or maybe an anvil. Okay, first up, general knowledge. Again, each question is worth 1 point unless otherwise specified. All right, are you ready? In the novel, The Scarlet Letter, Hester Prynne is forced to wear a scarlet letter of the alphabet upon her dress. What letter is it? That's question number 1. Again, question number 1. In the novel The Scarlet Letter, Hester Prynne is forced to wear a scarlet letter upon her dress. But what letter of the alphabet is it? Question number 2. The Republic of Zaire is the former name for what African country? Again, question number 2. The Republic of Zaire is the former name for what African country? Moving on to question number 3 in round 1. Question number 3. Where specifically would you find the islets of Langerhans? Where specifically, and be as specific as you can. If you're too nebulous, we won't accept it. Where specifically would you find the islets of Langerhans? Question number 4. Per capita, what country has the most heavy metal bands in the world? Question number 4 again. Per capita, which country has the most heavy metal bands? Question number 5, round 1. Question number 5. Where was the Nutcracker Ballet first performed back in 1892? Now, this is one of those questions where you might be able to get 2 points. We'll take the city or the name of the venue. Either one will count as a point. If you can list both the city and the venue, then you get a point for each. So the question again, where was the Nutcracker Ballet first performed back in 1892? And we'll take the city and or the name of the venue. Question number 6. What was the first name of Alexander Hamilton's wife? Maybe you went to see the musical Hamilton and you can think of some of the songs and call it to mind because it's definitely in there. So the question again, what was the first name of Alexander Hamilton's wife? Moving on to question number 7. Now, the next question, it has 3 parts to it, and you can get a point for each one. So there's a possible 3 points up for grabs here. And the question is, in order to win the Triple Crown, a horse must win what 3 races? Which 3 races must a horse win in order to win the Triple Crown? That's question number 7. And again, you get 1 point for each right answer that you have. Possible 3 points here. Moving on to question number 8. The vast majority of national flags are rectangular in shape, but 2 of them are square. What are they? And here again, you've got 2 possible points. So 1 point for each right answer, because there are 2 flags that are square instead of rectangular. So the question again, the vast majority of national flags are rectangular in shape, but 2 are square. What are they? Question number 9. Which planet is the hottest with surface temperatures of 400 degrees Celsius? That's 752 degrees Fahrenheit. Question number 9 again. I should stress, in our solar system, which planet is the hottest with surface temperatures of 400 degrees Celsius? And question number 10. What country was traditionally throughout the 20th century known as the Sugar Bowl of the world? Question number 10 again. What country was traditionally throughout the 20th century known as the Sugar Bowl of the world? Okay, so that's round 1 down. How did you do? You'll still have a little bit of time to scratch things out and change your mind as we're going on now to round number 2, and then we'll score round 1 after we do that. Okay, so round 2, as I mentioned before, is Linky Loo. Today we'll have 5 questions. The answer to each question that I ask you is somehow linked to all the others. And at the end of the round, you'll have to identify what that link is in order to get a 6th point. And it could be anything, so think of everything. So question number 1 in round 2, Linky Loo. What is the title given to a monarch whose realm includes an empire? The question again, what is the title given to a monarch whose realm includes an empire? Question number 2 of round 2. Oxeye, Michaelmas, and Shasta are types of this flower. Oxeye, Michaelmas, and Shasta are types of this flower. What would that be? Question number 3. What is the second largest continent on Earth? Question number 3 again. What is the second largest continent on Earth? Moving on to question number 4. Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius are all what kind of zodiac sign? So we're looking for the element. What kind of sign, what kind of zodiac sign are Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius? That's question number 4. And remember, all of your answers here are somehow linked. And if you manage to spot the connection early on, it can really help you get some of these answers. Moving on to question number 5. In 1997, Misha de Fonseca published what is now known to be a bogus memoir of Holocaust survival. In it, she claims to have lived with what kind of animals? The question again, in 1997, Misha de Fonseca published what is now known to be a bogus memoir of Holocaust survival. In it, she claims to have lived with what kind of animals? And question number 6 is quite simple. It is, what is the link? Did you spot the connection in the Linky Loo? All those questions before. Well, while you think about all of that some more, just go ahead and swap your papers if you're playing with friends, or call on the power of the honor system as we are going to score round 1. So round 1, general knowledge. The first question was, in the novel The Scarlet Letter, Hester Prynne is forced to wear a scarlet letter upon her dress. What letter is it? It's the letter A. A for adultery. Question number 2, the Republic of Zaire is the former name for what African country? Well, that's the Democratic Republic of the Congo. We'll also accept DRC, Democratic Republic of the Congo. Question number 3, where specifically, and I did say you need to be somewhat specific here, would you find the islets of Langerhans? Well, you would find those in the pancreas. They're a kind of little structure that secretes hormones into the bloodstream. So the islets of Langerhans in the pancreas. If you said in the human body, I don't think that's specific enough. We're not going to accept that. Question number 4, per capita, which country has the most heavy metal bands? Well, that's Finland, with 43 bands per 100,000 people. Finland is the answer to question number 4. Question number 5, where was the Nutcracker Ballet first performed? Back in 1892. And we said that we would take the name of the city or the name of the venue, or both if you want to get a point for each. The answer is the Mariinsky Theater in St. Petersburg, Russia. So give yourself 2 points if you got both of those. Question number 6, what was the first name of Alexander Hamilton's wife? Well, in the musical Hamilton, we know her as Eliza, so we'll accept Eliza. It's also short for Elizabeth, so we'll accept Elizabeth, but some people apparently called her Betsy, so we'll accept Eliza, Elizabeth, or Betsy. Question number 7, the Triple Crown. In order to win the Triple Crown, a horse must win what 3 races? And those are the Kentucky Derby, the Belmont Stakes, and the Preakness Stakes. So give yourself 3 points if you got all 3 of those. For some reason, I find it really hard to remember the last 2. I think because everything seems to be dwarfed by the Kentucky Derby, at least in the States. Question number 8. The vast majority of national flags are rectangular in shape, but 2 are square. What are they? And you can have 1 point for each correct answer. And the correct answers are Vatican City and Switzerland. And question number 9, which planet in our solar system is the hottest at 400 degrees Celsius? Well, that's Venus, thanks to a runaway greenhouse effect. Question number 10, what country was traditionally throughout the 20th century known as the sugar bowl of the world? That's Cuba, but in recent reality, their sugar production has now been superseded by that of Brazil. So that's round 1 scored and done. Go ahead and hand your papers back if you swap them around. We're going to go on to round 3 next, and then we'll come back and we'll score Linky Lou and round 3 together and then get ready for the final fat fact. All right, round 3 is another general knowledge round. Number 1, question number 1, round 3. Name all of the countries that border Romania, and you will receive 1 point for each correct answer that you put down. If you think it's just one country, put down one country. If you think it's 25 countries, then put down 25 countries. The question again, name all of the countries that border Romania. And I'm not going to tell you how many border Romania, and you will get 1 point for each correct answer that you put down. Question number 2, O'Shea Jackson Sr. is known as who professionally? Question number 2 again, O'Shea Jackson Sr. Who is that better known as professionally? Question number 3, in what year did snowboarding become an official Olympic sport? Question number 3 again, in what year did snowboarding become an official Olympic sport? Question number 4, round 3. What is the northernmost marsupial in the world? I know something like, the Reykjavik Zoo isn't going to count. We're talking about natural habitat here. What is the northernmost marsupial in the world? Moving on to question number 5. According to the Bible, how many humans were on the ark? That question again, according to the Bible, how many humans were on the ark? Number 6, what is the name of the artist who painted American Gothic? You know which one that is. That's the one with the 2 dour-looking people with the pitchforks. What is the name of the artist who painted American Gothic? Moving on to question number 7. In the U.S., Thanksgiving is celebrated on the 4th Thursday of November each year. But when do Canadians celebrate it? In the U.S., Thanksgiving is celebrated on the 4th Thursday of November. When do Canadians celebrate it? Question number 8, general knowledge, round 3, question number 8. What show earned Netflix its first ever Emmy Award? That question again, what show earned Netflix its first ever Emmy Award? Question number 9, the British Roman city of Eboracum is known by what name today? The British Roman city of Eboracum is known by what name today? And question number 10, the final question in round number 3. What animal is known to produce poop that is roughly cube-shaped? That question again, what animal is known to produce poop that is roughly cube-shaped? And there you go, there's round 3. I'm going to give you just about a minute now to finish up, finalize your answers, scratch things out, change your mind, and we'll be back to score Linky Lou in just a moment. right, time is up. Go ahead and swap your papers again if you're playing like that. And we're going to score Linky Lou and then round 3 as well. And then we'll get ready for our final fat fact. All right, Linky Lou, we're going to score. The first question was, what is the title given to a monarch whose realm includes an empire? Well, not surprisingly, that's an emperor. Oxeye, Michaelmas, and Shasta are types of this flower. Those are types of daisy. What is the second largest continent? That's Africa. So far we have Emperor, Daisy, and Africa. The next question was Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius are all what kind of zodiac sign? Those are fire signs. And then finally, we had in 1997, Misha de Fonseca published what is now known to be a bogus memoir of Holocaust survival. In it, she claims to have lived with what kind of animals? Those were wolves. It was called Misha and the Wolves, I believe. And what is the link there? Were you successful in spotting it? What's the link between Emperor, Daisy, Africa, fire, and wolves? Well, all of these answers relate to films that won Best Picture at the Oscars in the decade stretching from 1980 to 1990. So we have The Last Emperor from 1987, Driving Miss Daisy from 1989, Out of Africa from 1985, Chariots of Fire from 1981, and Dances with Wolves from 1990. And that's how Linky Lou works. Give yourself a point for each right answer and then 1 point if you correctly spotted the connection. All right, we're going to score round 3 now. Question 1 of round 3 was name all the countries that border Romania, and you get a point for each correct answer that you put down. Well, there are 5 possible points here, and they are Ukraine, Serbia, Moldova, Hungary, and Bulgaria. Did you get them all? Question number 2, O'Shea Jackson Sr. is better known as who professionally? Well, that's Ice Cube. Actor, music artist, filmmaker, rapper, a man of many talents, Ice Cube. Number 3, in what year did snowboarding become an official Olympic sport? That's 1998. And just another awesome thing about the 90s, right? Number 4, what is the northernmost marsupial in the world? And again, we were talking about natural habitat, not, a zoo in a northerly climate. The opossum is the answer. We'll also accept the Virginia or North American opossum. Question number 5 was, according to the Bible, how many humans were on the ark? And I have to admit, this is something I never really thought about because you only think about the animals, right? Well, according to the Bible, it was 8 because it was Noah and I guess his various family members. Question number 6, what is the name of the artist who painted American Gothic? That was Grant Wood. Number 7, in the U.S., Thanksgiving is celebrated on the 4th Thursday of November, but when do Canadians celebrate it? Well, they celebrate it the second Monday in October. I live in a border state, and I think we should celebrate both of them. October, in my opinion, is just the best month of the year anyway. It's like everything great happens in October. Halloween, which is just like the best holiday ever. Fall colors and cool weather and although now I think about it, it's really the cold, scratchy November that really needs a holiday, right? But it'd be great if we could celebrate both of them. Double pumpkin pie. Question number 8. What show earned Netflix its first ever Emmy Award? That's House of Cards. That was a reboot of the BBC original from, I think, 1990. Question number 9. The British Roman city of Eboracum is known by what name today? Well, that's the city of York. Question number 10. The final question in round 3. What animal is known to produce poop that is roughly cube-shaped? And that's the wombat. And they themselves are kind of cube-shaped too if you look at them. They're very cute. Shaped kind of like an extra fat round Twinkie. And that's round 3 scored. How have you done? Is anybody in the lead? Well, it could change because wait, there's more. We're going to move on to the final fat fact. Again, this question is worth 10 points. Just to make it a little different, a little interesting, you don't really know who's going to win until the very end. All right, the final fat fact worth 10 points today is, in the film Apocalypse Now, what does Robert Duvall's character love the smell of in the morning? The question again, in the film Apocalypse Now, what does Robert Duvall's character love the smell of in the morning? You'll have 10 seconds to finish up your answers, starting right now. And time's up. The answer? The answer is napalm, worth 10 points. Give yourself 10 points if you happen to get that right. And that's it for today, our first Fact Cat pub quiz. Thank you so much for finding us and for playing along. How did you do? We'll post another pub quiz next week, so please subscribe so you can get each game, because everyone should have some recess, right? So please join us then. Take care, and we'll see you next week.